Severe price corrections and consolidations of over 1 year are normal for Bitcoin. In other words, this crappy Bitcoin price that we're seeing as of February 2015 is nothing new. But first, let me introduce myself. I'm from San Francisco, California. I moved to Japan in early 2014 to work with a blockchain research company. We're developing software that is capable of detecting market tops before they occur. One of the things that we're looking at in the use of the blockchain, we measure sentiment, and I'm working with some engineers in the Silicon Valley that have a pretty good data set, and I'm here in Japan, so we're able to utilize what's happening in Asia, particularly over in China. That's a market that we're very interested in. We haven't seen sentiment this low before. We're seeing a massive divergence in the value of currencies based on the blockchain and the sentiment. For example, in 2011, the sentiment was pretty bad for Bitcoin and other blockchain currencies. However, it's even worse now. We're seeing an even broader divergence. So, for example, the amount of investment and infrastructure that's being placed onto the Bitcoin project now versus the sentiment is huge. In all of our data that goes back to 2010, we haven't seen this big of a divergence. And what we're seeing right now in 2015 is an even bigger divergence. These divergences tend to be pretty bullish for different price moves. We don't know when that will happen, but when they do happen, it's going to be pretty fast. And so as far as Japan, we see things are starting to catch on slowly in Japan. The general sentiment is still seen as Bitcoin is dangerous. They don't really know what it is. There's only just a small handful of Japanese people that go to the Bitcoin meetups. It's mostly foreigners. The cryptocurrency force is growing at such a rate in China that no smart investor would ignore. We're definitely not ignoring it. What's the difference between China and U.S. cryptocurrency market? The United States cryptocurrency is just what we call it kind of like a dessert, because the financial infrastructure is already in place and works. The financial infrastructure in some of the emerging economies surrounding China and China itself is really bad, and it's not quite as modern. There's not much of a banking system, and the cryptocurrency network will become the main course. So we believe the next 5 years is the golden age of cryptocurrencies. In 10 years, nobody will be talking about cryptocurrencies because it will probably be such a common thing. It will be like electricity. Like, you won't be going around saying, wow, electricity is such a high technology. It's just something that will be a given, kind of like the internet. When the internet first came out, it's like, wow, this is such an amazing technology. Do you have the internet? Do you have an email address? We expect in about 10 years, the same will be happening with cryptocurrencies and blockchain. You won't be saying, wow, tell me about this blockchain or cryptocurrency. It'll just kind of be a given. Remain optimistic on blockchain technologies. It's just going to take a big corporate player within the marketplace to make it easy for the general public. You can see that it's pretty shiny. It's beautiful. I bought this one on Amazon from a company called Run Bitcoin Run. It's fulfilled by Amazon, so I think it's one of the premier providers of Bitcoin. It's super speedy, fast shipping, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's great to wear at meetups and cocktail parties and things like that, because it opens up a whole bunch of fun things to talk about: inflation, monetary history, gold, precious metals, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, etc., etc.